Meet Sarah. She's staring at a blank screen, trying to figure out how to completely reinvent the local coffee shop experience. If you've ever tried to solve a complex problem from scratch, you know exactly how heavy that blinking cursor can feel. When we get stuck, it is really tempting to come up with a quick idea, hand it to an AI, and ask it to write up a proposal. But that is just using technology to rubber stamp an assumption you've already made. SymStudio is built on the foundation of symbiotic co-creation. It's a structured environment where your unique human insights and the AI's synthesis capabilities work together to discover directions you might not reach alone. To succeed in this environment, you have to shift your mindset. You need to come to the platform with a clear, well-defined problem you want to explore, rather than an answer you want to defend. As an individual exploring these challenges, you'll be operating as a solo innovator. Your designated home on the platform is the personal workspace. Looking at this guide to the personal workspace, you'll see a few specific rules. Notice the advantages listed. There are no time limits ticking down, no team members to debate with, and no minimum engagement scores required to move forward. You can even run multiple projects at the exact same time. Think of this space as your personal sandbox. It is built specifically so you can learn the methodology at your own pace. When you remove the pressure of ticking clocks and team consensus, you create psychological safety. You can take creative risks, ask weird questions, and genuinely experiment without worrying about getting it wrong. This document outlines the symbiotic co-creation, or SCC loop. This is the 5-stage methodology that guides you out of the abstract problem and into a concrete solution. Stage 1 is symbiotic empathy mapping, marked in cyan. Here, the AI takes your broad challenge and generates diverse user personas, representing the real people who actually experience the problem you are trying to solve. The AI generates the options, but you make the call. You review their pain points and goals, selecting the 3 to 5 personas that most accurately represent your core audience. That brings us to Stage 2, Signal, marked in purple. The AI analyzes those specific personas you chose and synthesizes them to uncover hidden themes and strategic directions you might want to pursue. Again, the AI provides the map, but you drive the car. You review these potential themes, choosing and permanently locking in the single strategic direction that best fits your vision. By starting with human empathy in Stage 1 and narrowing your strategic focus in Stage 2, you build a solid foundation. You ensure that before you ever start brainstorming, you are actually solving the right problem. Now we enter Stage 3, Synthesize, marked in yellow. The AI takes that single, locked direction and generates multiple batches of ideas perfectly aligned with your strategy. You have a direct hand in this brainstorming through a feature called Creative Direction. It lets you inject your own perspective, giving the AI specific boundaries or unique prompts to shape the results. You also have access to idea fusion. If you see 2 complementary concepts, or even 2 totally opposing ones, you can command the AI to smash them together, creating a completely novel solution. Once you have your best concepts, you move to Stage 4, Select, marked in pink. To proceed, you must choose at least 3 finalist ideas to advance into the evaluation phase. This phase is rigorous. You have to rate each of your finalists on their feasibility, impact, and innovation. More importantly, you have to write out thoughtful, logical reasoning for why you gave them those scores. This mandatory writing step prevents what we call the idea trap. It stops you from blindly picking the first thing that sounds cool, forcing you to rationally justify your choice against the realities of the problem. Finally, we reach Stage 5, Shape, marked in green. This begins the moment you review your evaluations and officially select your ultimate winning idea, initiative, or a product requirements document, which is like an architectural blueprint for a digital tool. Before you download your final file, you can stay right inside the platform to review and refine every detail. You can iterate on the text and edit the output until the final document matches your vision exactly. The Shape stage bridges the gap between abstract brainstorming and real-world execution. You walk away with a highly structured, actionable document ready to be shared with a team. Think back to Sarah at the beginning of this journey. She started with a blank screen and a vague desire to fix a coffee shop. Now she holds a comprehensive, ready-to-build product document. You can see now how this partnership works. The AI provided the processing speed, formatting, and data, but her specific human choices at every single stage dictated the final shape of the product. Now it is your turn. Your next steps are simple. Log into the platform, claim your personal workspace, and take a moment to clearly define the problem you want to solve. You understand the mechanics of the loop, and you have a sandbox with no ticking clock. Begin your very first co-creation journey today.